Hey y'all, it's my favorite time of year. It's beautiful outside today. It's in the 70s. It's been that way for a while. It's time to start planting the garden. The fruit trees are blooming, the flowers are blooming. It's just beautiful. Now is the time, it's not too early, now is the time to start planning for your storage. Go through your freezers and clean out any unnecessary food or expired food. Go through your canning supplies, make sure you have plenty of canning supplies. And last year we raised and processed our meat chickens and put them in the freezer, and they're taking up quite a bit of freezer space. So what I'm going to do in this video is take some of those chickens out of the freezer and I'm going to can them, because I will use them faster if they're canned, and it'll free up some freezer space. I have more pantry space than freezer space. So we're going to cook and can the frozen chicken. Very convenient. And in this video you get a twofer, because halfway through the canning process that afternoon I decided to go turkey hunting, and I harvested a turkey. So I skinned it and we're going to process it too. The only difference being that the process is the same, the only difference being that the turkey is going to be raw meat canning and the chicken will be cooked meat canning. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, hit the like button and comment, and I look forward to hearing from you. I hope it takes some of the fear out of meat canning for you. May you have a summer of abundant harvest. See, I have this on 6 and I will probably cut it down on low after it heats up, but I forgot to mention that I did completely cover them with water, and it'll cook down and give you some yummy broth. And I put just a little bit of salt in there, probably a couple of tablespoons. I'll be adding more salt to the jars, and let them just let them cook several hours until the meat falls off the bones. I'll keep checking on them. Okay, this has been cooking for several hours. I'm going to check the temperature of I'm going to check the temperature of one of them and see if it's come up to temperature. if it's done. Check it in a couple of places. Oh yes. Get a large pan and remove them. They are falling off the bone. And I have a good bit of broth that I can can it in. Make sure I got everything out of here. Keep that broth on low. And I'm going to let these set and cool until I can pull the meat off the bones. So this has been in the refrigerator for a little while to help it cool down. And while I'm cooking supper over here, I will just take this time to pick some of the chicken off the bone, just as much as I can. Chicken. The skin and the bones don't have to go to waste. You can cook the bones down and make bone broth and can it. And you can add the skins to that to give it a little bit more fattiness. But and I know, which I think is what I did the last time I did this, but the chickens will love you to pieces if you give the pieces of fat to them to peck on. See, that's a good size right there to go in the cannon pot. And the very first thing I did last time with a quart of this canned chicken was just throw it in the pot, add some sausage and some rice, and made a fabulous chicken dog. And it didn't take forever because the chicken was already cooked and it was canned, and all I had to do was just open it and throw it in the pot. So this is, and you can do chicken pot pie, chicken dumplings, you know, just any kind of chicken casserole. So many good things you can do with the canned chicken. Okay, look at all that beautiful chicken meat I picked off. And this is the aftermath, and I have made the decision to give this to my chickens. And that's heavy. So I want y'all to watch this. I got something for y'all. Come on. We'll go out here to where the garden usually is. All right. Y'all ready? Yes. They truly are little cannibals. Would you look at the size of that turkey breast? Goodness gracious. What I've got going on here is I got this turkey yesterday and I skinned it and took the legs and the breast, and now I'm cutting the breast off the bone. That should be good, and bake them with that. All right, I've just about got this. Now, and there's the bone. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let me get this piece. So, I'm going to cut these up to nugget size pieces, and then I'm going to can it, much like you would if you were canning chicken or fish or something like that. And I'm going to pack it raw and then put it in the jars and can it. I'm going to put some chicken broth in there with it. And then whenever you pressure can it for an hour and 15 minutes, so then it should be nice and tender. And I would just, when I get ready to prepare it, just uncan it, open the can, and flour it and fry it. I bet that'll be good. Look at there. Nugget size pieces. Okay. So I'm going to finish cutting this up and washing it and getting it ready to go in the jars. And I also have some chicken over here I'm going to can as well. Cutting up a piece of turkey, and this fell out. Yep. One of the shots. Ooh, there's some too. I didn't even see those. Look at there. Oh yeah. That's what did him in. Let that be warming up just a little bit. That unusual sound, my friends, is the door of my dishwasher. Don't let it scare you. But I'm not going to put the chicken in with this because I'm going to put the chicken in quart jars. So I'm going to have to process this separate. So let's get to processing this. And I need to turn the heat up. Head on. Arrow matching to arrow. Turn it to where I can see the pressure gauge, so I can see what's going on. And then it will heat up, and it will, the steam will start coming out of the steam valve here. And when it has come out for 10 minutes, then I put this on top of it, and then the pressure will rise. And whenever the pressure rises and gets to 10 pounds, then I will let it sit at, adjust the heat and let it sit at 10 pounds for an hour and 15 minutes, I believe it is. And then I will turn the heat off, just let it sit here until it is completely cooled, and I can open this, take this off, and then open this. And I will get back with you when that process is done to see the end result. Okay, this is what it looks like. You see the steam coming up. When you see the steam coming up like that, then you set your timer for 10 minutes. And when the 10 minutes is up, the steam should be dissipating somewhat. See the steam? And that's when you put your weight on it. So we have 8 more minutes to go before we put the weight on it and the pressure begins to build. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. So now I'm going to put the weight on, and then you can see cut this off. Almost immediately see the temperature gauge starting to rise. So when it gets up close to the 10, it needs to stay on the 10 for an hour and 15 minutes. So I will cut the heat down to a level to where it'll stay on the 10. And usually on low or 1, and then we'll see what the results are. So we see it's up to 10, so I will cut this down on low, because it's already starting to go above 10, so I'll cut it on low and it'll come back down pretty quickly. And I will set this timer hour and 15 minutes. All right, we're all set. Okay, so our pot has completely cooled, and now I'm going to remove the weight and open it. And always remember when you open it, because there still may be steam in here, to open it away from you so you don't get a steam burn. And now let's see what we have. Ooh, that really looks good. Yeah. It looks awesome. So now we have our canned turkey. Whoop, did you hear that? There's one pop. That one right there popped. That's a really good sound to hear is your jar sealing up. Ooh, that was a good one. So I hope you learned how to can some wild turkey today. Okay, so I hope I'm not being too confusing, but the other day I had to stop my canning of my chicken because I had killed a wild turkey and I needed to get it processed and canned, and I showed you that portion. So I put my chicken bone, I put it in the refrigerator, and now I have a little time, so I've gotten it back out and I'm heating it up again in the chicken broth just to get it hot, and then I will take it out and pack it in my hot jars, and then we will begin processing it. So I have my salt ready with my teaspoon, my jar lifters, and my clean towel to wipe off the rims of the jars. There's my turkey I canned the other day, and we will get started on that. So hopefully we'll get that done today. Hopefully nothing else will interrupt. Make sure the air bubbles are out. And rings hot and hot water to sanitize them. Make sure there's no bacteria. Alright, now they go into the canner to be processed, and just like before, just like with the turkey, arrow to arrow on the lid, seal it, turn the heat up, when it builds up to 10 pounds of pressure, then it will need to process for an hour and 30 minutes because I have quarts in there. So 10 pounds of pressure for an hour and 30 minutes. And then we will completely let it cool down, remove the weight, and remove the jars. And I'll see you when it's finished. There we go, 10 pounds of pressure. So I set the timer back there on an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, now that our pot has cooled completely, take this off and see what we've got. probably don't need these because they have cooled completely, but yeah, nice canned chicken. And now for a very important part, make sure the lids are dry. Labeling. Chicken 23. Labeling is very important. So when you go through your pantry, you'll know the difference between the chicken and the turkey. And also, you'll know what year it is when you go to clean out your pantry every year. Turkey 23. Well, folks, I hope this was helpful to you. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them also in the comments. And I'll read them all. If you'd like to see more of this content, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.